Okay, hello and welcome everyone to WordPress Suomi 25. My name is Vakula. I volunteered here and I will be your workshop host for the day. We will have 4 different speakers today and we are going to start with Katja's Bridging the Divide Tools and Tricks for Design and Developer Harmony. Katja works at Hion and is a design team lead and passionate about bringing designers and developers closer together. She's a designer, system thinker who specializes in connecting business goals with user needs to create sustainable, comprehensive and meaningful digital services and products. With strong focus on designers and developers collaborating and the AI-native workflow, she aims to help teams build more efficient processes and prepare for the challenges and opportunities ahead in the age of AI. So please welcome Katja Vakula.
Thank you, Master. I'm so happy to be here and see so many people arriving at my workshop. Welcome, warmly welcome to all of you. Were you all listening to the morning speeches already? Have you already arrived here at the conference and full of inspiration and everything? That's great. In the beginning, I want to know how many designers or product developer, product leads or product managers are there in the house? Great. And how many of you are developers? And how many of your developers have worked with designers? Is there someone who hasn't worked with designers? Oh, yes. I'm so happy. And this is how it should be, of course, in today's modern world. So, as I mentioned, Bridging the Divide, some tools and tricks and AI tools for you today coming up. A little bit more like Vasya presented myself from the kind of the professional sense. So I'm a chief design officer at Hion. I run a design team, and I'm myself a service designer. I have background in UX, UI design. I have done some coding as well, and I work with developers. I am married to a developer as well, and I'm also a mother of 3 and 5-year-old kids, and also a future yoga teacher, something to balance out this hectic IT world. So today I'm gonna keep my speech short, so we can go to the hand after that, and then during the exercise, feel free to ask anything, and then I have my colleague, tech lead Katja here with me, so during the workshop, if there is anything you need help with, she can also help you. So let's get started. Are we obsolete? Like very easy breezy question to the beginning. So when the AI tools emerge and the workflows change, what happens to designers and developers' role when you can prompt your websites or digital services? We need to remember that AI is a co-pilot, like it has been so far. It's not a replacement. There needs to be new ways learning the human-AI connection with the workflows. And then we become from creators to curators. So we may be starting with the prompting and doing things with the AI, but we still need to curate what kind of outcome we will produce and how it will actually work. Because AI doesn't do things perfectly. So we are maybe accustomed to see the roles of designers and developers as kind of different things. Of course, there are like designers who have more development skills and developers who have design mindset, like UI developers or UX developers. But there are still 2 distinct roles, and they have pretty much their own tools and work sets and how they do things. And then there is some kind of communication and connection and collaboration with the tools and handovers and whatnot. But there is not yet kind of hadn't been perfect way to do things straight from design to development. And now the roles are shifting. So when the AI tools emerge and we learn to use them, we are starting to be more and more of hybrids of we can do basically designers can do development and developers can do design. And I know their role of UX engineer isn't a new one. but it might be more frequent. Like we will see more skill sets, and we need to learn as well more skill sets to take advantage of the tools that we have and make the workflow and the product development smoother and maybe a bit more efficient. But then there will be maybe a more I don't know, specified roles, but more maybe generic roles is the better word. So we still need to know who are we developing or designing services for.
Yeah.
What are the target groups? Who are the users? What are their issues? What are the use cases? What are the limitations? What is the business goals? What need do the services accommodate? And how do they actually make profit as well? So we still need that part of the work. And then more specialized, maybe architects from the technical side to understand the big picture, how everything works and connects. And then the UX engineer or kind of design and development combination can produce the actual interface. It might be a little bit like this at the moment. I have brought the tools like very distinctly here, but of course there are other tools than these that I'm presenting here. But there's a definition phase. There's the design phase, there's the development phase. Everybody is talking about agile and how things are not waterfall, but I'm kind of skeptical. I don't know. Who of you really work in agile environments where you have kind of continuous design and developer collaboration and everything is done like there's no design phase and then it's delivered to the you are working. Well, you are lucky. Embrace that and let everybody else also know about that. That is very lovely.
Well, the aim is to make it more cycle.
Yeah.
Or
Yes.
a cycle because feedback loop because
Yes, that is true. I kind of wanted to provoke a bit with this kind of linear way. And now with the AI tools, things are a bit more free as well. There are emerging a lot of different tools. There is now one tool to rule them all, or one flow to rule them all. Everybody needs to try a bit, and that is maybe a problem at this time when everything is so busy and everything has to be done so quickly or with the traditional way that there is no time to maybe explore a bit with the new tools. That's what we are going to do here today. So in the definition phase, you might start prototyping or prompting with different kind of design, vibe designing tools. That's a word today as well. And then, of course, talk with ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, whatever is your tool of choice with your AI companion. And then bring to the development side with different NCPs as well. And the builder is one tool to connect the Figma to the cursor. And these kind of tools have emerged and going to change as well the way we are building the products. So what changes? Design front end development might be done with prompting, might be. But then there is also a side that you can also master some tools so well that you are better than AI. But designers who are so excellent at Figma, they are like, I'm not going to say that you have to do things with AI tools, but you can also master the tools you are good at. Majority part of development is kind of human AI connection, and you need to learn your way. And majority of software development might be in the architect role with the integration security. And everybody has to have this kind of big picture mindset as well to understand the whole picture, the system that we are designing and developing for. And what doesn't change is still working with people. And that's something that's going to be maybe even more. That's maybe you need even more communication now that the AI is doing its thing. and they are doing the more mundane or automatic tasks. We need to talk and communicate. And of course, participate the stakeholders, users, the business, everything. And the roles are maybe changing. We might not see that, well, it might take a longer time, but the roles that we are seeing, of course, there's an AI designer, AI developer, is something that is emerging as well. Like we are the editors, the architects, problem solvers, most of all, US engineers, product orchestrators, search designers, business analysts, strategists. And then it's kind of up to us that where do we want to innovate. And of course the organizations we are working in. So the human native skills, so not just AI native skills. So the things that AI cannot do. The future problems. AI is built with the information from the past. It doesn't know about the future or cannot come up with new ideas. And then collaborative problem solving. We can choose different AI tools and change prompt to prompt and hone prompts with different services, but they cannot actually see people who we are doing the services for. The creative judgment. AI kind of does what we want them to do. We can ask them to be sparring us, be critical or everything, but still creative judgment comes from us. So, great, I think that was in time. I don't know, just only, like, I usually like time-wise. So, awesome. I'm having the QR code in next slide as well, but at this moment, you could take up your laptops. If you don't have a laptop, you can maybe see someone else's screen as well, and they kind of pair work in that way. And I hope everybody has an internet, but if you don't have, Anastasia here, or yes, we'll provide them if someone needs it. So we are trying our hands on a bit in different these design tools. How many of you have tried some of these? Magic Patterns, Lovable, Figma AI. People who have Figma accounts can try the Figma Make, but if you don't have Figma account, then you cannot use that one. But the Magic Patterns, Lovable, the WordPress builder as well you can use, and then there have become more and more Space 44 or anything like that. So you can choose a prototyping tool. I will demo a bit how they work. And I have listed already predefined cases you can choose from. So the idea is to build your own app or service. And then when I show the prompts, you can use straight them, copy them, and just see what comes up. Or then if you have something, oh, I really would hope I would have this kind of service. So you can make it up in your own mind as well. And with the QR code, if you take a picture of it, you can have the cheat sheet, so you will see the prompts. So you don't have to kind of memorize what's happening there. So I have chosen 3 different ideas you can use, or then you can use your own. So an app to help a user be in control of their money. So some kind of financial management application for just a person. Or then you can build an interface to help shoppers pick the right size confidently and reduce returns. So some kind of retail app. A service that allows the user to quickly plan a weekend trip without spending hours searching. So your own kind of travel assistant. So you can choose to use each of these, or then if you have your own idea, go ahead. Have everybody gotten to a QR code and the instructions? Of course, you can see it from here as well, but just in case you want to kind of copy paste some of the prompts and use it in your service. Okay, and then the fun part, like how does this work if I change? So I could maybe choose this mobile travel assistant. I'm just gonna showcase one. Oh, sorry, yeah.
No. That's really quick. Sorry.
Yes. No worries.
Sorry,
No worries. So you will have this kind of layout, and with all of these services probably have a similar kind of starting point. And you can also try with different tools. You can copy the prompt in different tools and try and see what happens and what difference is there. You can prompt the prompt there directly, or you can chat with your ChatGPT or Gemini or whatever, and then try to finesse the prompt for this kind of service. Of course, there's network error.
Do you Katja have internet access?
Yes.
There's the instructions you have to.
Is there anyone? Yeah, I actually have this. I have personal.
Okay.
And I'm just going to use mine. It works quicker that way. Does anybody else need the internet? I think everybody has it. I forgot to ask if you have any questions regarding my presentation or then the actual task we're doing. Please just lift your hand up. I will come up there, or then the as well. Everybody good? Thumbs up if everything's good. Perfect. And then you lift your hand up, like then I can see if you need help.
Yeah, just you know.
The QR code. Yes.
Yeah, those 3 boxes.
Yes. I'm gonna make it larger so we can. Then I'm really happy if someone at the end of the workshop could maybe share like what they come up with and how did they feel about the exercise. Okay, I'm gonna quickly see what's coming up here. And you can see it might give, oh, what?
No, I was just about to ask that did everyone get access to the services? There were the Lovable and what other 3 services, Magic Patterns and of course Figma Make, and then WordPress.com has this AI website builder. That did everyone manage to open some of them?
Great.
A lot of tapping.
Yes.
So what I'm prompting, I'm guessing.
Are they doing some work jobs? But that's fine too, this is your space. Oh yeah, I was just going to show it. It's a very, you might give a very simple layout as well, so you can then prompt more, see changes. At this point, Figma Make, you can
No, tällä voi tehdä siis vaikka, että
check. I use Figma Make myself the most.
ne ei varmaan puhelimella toimi. Siis tää on ihan mitään. Make a carbon calculator.
Yep.
Toimii mulla. Tästä voi. Ja sit se roksuttaa minuutin ja sit sieltä tulee sitä, mitä sitten tulee. Ei vaan itse asiassa, me tehdään tosi paljon rapautukioita. Siis se, ja sitten tosi pitkiä niin prompteja pystyy tekemään. Ja muuta. Aha.
Question?
Yes.
Should we export this to Figma already or?
Are you using Figma Make?
I'm using Magic Patterns.
Magic Patterns. If you want, you can try.
Okay.
And for this exercise, it's mainly just
Joo,
prompting
näissä
the
workshopeissa
Magic Patterns or whatever, and then you can choose. But of course, as designer, you can kind of try it out, then how it how it actually have all the layouts or something there, like you expected.
Mä käsisin vasta näitä käyttänyt niille suunnittelijat
Always interesting
näitä puhuja
as well.
Would anyone be interested? I think you're probably busy working on your prototypes, but would you be interested to see how Katja, for example, does it with Figma Make? How she iterates the prompts
Yeah.
to change the prototype and add features to it. So yeah, by using natural language as kind of the user interface that she uses with Figma Make.
Yeah, I have.
Some notes, maybe.
Well, I can like do it here as well at the same time, and you can do your thing. But like, if you can see that this is now the first prompt as well done with the how to select a perfect beat for yourself. So I can see it has made a pretty decent layout for already. But then if I really want to see like a perfect size for myself, so I would like to see some kind of a feature or something that maybe adds an image of myself. So I can see if I can try to prompt that. And if you want to choose like a certain part, as in Figma Make, you can choose with this kind of button the specific part, and you can even change the font here. But as well, if you are a custom designer to doing the visual layout, it's a bit slower. Of course, doing it with here the prompting. And here you can as well export it to the Figma from this button here. This is also one thing that if you are just waiting the prompt to do their magic, what do you do with this time? It's a few minutes time, but still it's kind of a empty time. It doesn't really make us more efficient if we are waiting half the time and wait for AI to do the things. So maybe like prompt here, what are you doing while the prompting is happening? And that's a question as well. I don't have an answer yet. Maybe you can talk. That's one thing. Okay. Size finder. And what is cool that this actually does the very functional things already. It recognizes, it's weird that when you prompt, it does mistakes, and then you have to fix them. It's kind of doing funny things already from the get-go.
So you first pay for the tokens to make the actual prototype, and then you pay more tokens for it to fix the prototype it has done. So yeah, it's kind of like a never-ending story of paying for tokens.
Yes, so that's the decision as well when you are taking the prototype in the actual like development environment and actually doing things there. But with the prototyping, this works pretty nicely and you can get your idea through. But yeah, the functionalities, if you do like normal prototypes with Figma, then it's manual work and then you have to really do things to get the functionalities there. But this brings your functionalities as well. You can upload a photo. I won't open it because I don't know what's going to pop up in the screen when I show it. But you can really try to do that and add the image. And as well, you can connect Supabase, some files or APIs or anything, so you can make it pretty functional already with the Figma Make, for instance. There's still one error. It's working out. How many of you have, did I ask it already? How many of you have tried one of these tools before? I asked it already, yes, I did. Yes. Can you share some experiences? How do you feel about these tools? Maybe.
I think at least for me, because I'm not a designer, but I kind of, then maybe when I see something, I can maybe do some tweaking and things like that. So it's really easy to, right now I just use the same prompts in 3 different tools.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see how they differ.
Yeah.
And then maybe I may take one thing from that and then one from that and then build it in WordPress or some other platform.
Yes. And that's, I think, how it works as well, that you can shop a bit, like what is the best for your idea. And that's when you see the power that as a developer you can, when you have the idea, you don't have to visualize it, it does it for you. And I do it myself as well, because I'm a designer, but I'm a service designer, so I'm not so perfect in the visualizing things, which sounds weird, but still, like, the prompting works. Yeah. But how do you feel about the code that these services produce?
I'm not a coder,
Ah, okay.
coder myself.
Ah, sorry, yes, yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that is the thing as well, that we need to, people who understand that better as well. So we don't produce shitty code.
Yeah, Figma Make by default it generates TypeScript, and then it uses this design. What is it called? The design. Design. It's not a design model. It's a
It's not UI kit or
design system.
Design system.
Yeah. It uses the design system, and it actually, when you just want to generate one component, it loads the entire design system and all of the components to it. So when you want to have one component, you end up with 68 TypeScript files. And of course, generally, when we like to develop with WordPress, so what are we supposed to do with the TypeScript? so we actually don't. We have other tools, but they require licenses, paid licenses, that we can use to actually turn those Figma Make prototypes into actual Gutenberg blocks in WordPress. But how we do it, we use Figma MCP, and then we use VS Code and then agents to actually translate the TypeScript to PHP. And we use Tailwind, so we wanted to use Tailwind and use the limitations we have as developers in our organizations for it to produce certain kind of code. For example, we wanted to use our coding styles, and we wanted to be tested the same way as our handwritten code is. So we use agents to do that work for us, and the results are sometimes very nice, and sometimes you may have to do them yourself again. But it of course makes it a lot faster, since you don't have to start from scratch. You already have it so. For example, in our case, it always tries to generate native Gutenberg blocks from the Figma layout. So of course, that isn't as simple as it sounds. So we have to iterate. We're not yet at a point where we can just the designer has some kind of layout and we can just press a button and then wait for 4 hours and then end up with production ready code. That isn't, we aren't there yet. But of course, if you like to just vibe code, with Figma Make or any other tool, and then you're cool with the design system it's using and the visualizations it's using, and it doesn't matter if there are 68 files of TypeScript, then you can just if you're brave enough, you can just push it to production and see what happens. But it produces working code, like this Figma Make. All of the functionality that is there is working, but it is done with TypeScript. So if you want to use something else other than TypeScript, you need Figma MCP and some kind of tooling to convert the code or generate it again entirely into the preferred programming language. I don't know if that made any sense whatsoever, but there it is.
Does anyone else want to share experiences from past or until now? Someone else who have tried maybe before with that?
Well, basically, I'm in the middle of the process of learning, the whole
course.
workflow, from designing to actually make it a
Yeah.
functional code.
Yeah.
And I've been searching for, tools that help me
Yeah.
with designing, especially with AI-assisted design.
Yeah.
So that then I can create documentation that helps the AI to develop the, design.
Yeah. So
Develop
you
a
are.
functional application of a
Yes.
website. So this is really great workshop in that sense that I'm
Yeah.
now learning about these tools.
Yes. Yes. And it seems like kind of a silly thing, and how easy you can access these now, and you can really see instantly, like if you have an idea. And of course, first you might have this tabula rasa issue, that what you're going to write there, what you're going to ask from it. But then I'm as well prompting with Gemini or ChatGPT and asking them to make better prompts for me. So it's I'm not sure like how how energy efficient this is as well, and everything from the
Yeah.
sustainability side. But
Well, the funny thing is that, AI is so, what's the word? Intrusive in a sense that I'm kind of like, making it think that what I want to think.
Yeah.
I go like, and I prompt that I want to create something, I don't know what. It takes on from there, but
yeah,
well, it's all just, experimenting and learning
yes,
the differences between the tools and such. So
yeah,
it's an exciting time, but quite overwhelming at times because the fear of missing out, it feels like you want to take every single tool there is and experiment with them, and it's actually really important to narrow the scope.
that's true as well. And then of course, which tools to choose.
I
right?
have a question.
Of course, yes.
If I have my own design system, how do I use it with these tools? Is it Figma MCP or?
Now you can actually do a Figma Make. You can add your own design system. So when you are having a library in Figma, the libraries will be seen here, and you can choose the library, and then it kind of takes the fonts and the colors and, and everything in the design system. But that's of course if you have already an existing product, then it's a bit trickier. But you can actually take the existing layouts as well and put it here, and then it kind of creates prototypes from those.
Okay. Yeah.
And then this is a new feature, and I'm pretty appalled that this is a new feature, that you can get these to the Figma as well. So you can kind of, in your workflow, you can start maybe with Figma in the traditional way, and then put the library and add an image as well. So if you have an image of, okay, I don't know what's going to show here. If you have an image, you can as well just put it here. But this is bad translating just images. So if you have some certain fonts or images or colors, it will make them like Figma Make standard.
Oh.
So, and then you have to change fonts and everything afterwards. So it's not perfect yet. But when you have the import from Figma,
Okay.
then it does it. And as well, these tools also evolve so quickly. So last time I used Magic Patterns, it didn't have the same possibility that you can have the straight up the library here. But I think it should be possible as well. I think I know that there is multiple designers working with the Magic Patterns as well to get it to work well. Overall, I haven't tried that much myself. But yeah, so it's pretty handy, so you can, especially with new things, you can. Yes.
Have you tried I don't know if it's possible, this kind of tools, like if you have a live website, for example, and I'm not satisfied with one section on this website and don't like some ideas like to design it? Is it possible, I don't know, like take a screenshot or
Yeah.
upload here and
Yeah, I think the screenshot way is way to go if you don't have like ready design files from the website.
Yeah.
If you have ready design files, then you can do, like I said before, you can just take the file from Figma and start doing a certain component or, but yes, so screenshot, add it here, and then it will make some kind of version of it, and then you can start prompting and making more changes to it. I got my 5-minute mark. How are we doing? Does someone want to share? That's not like compulsory. Oh, go ahead.
Question.
Yes.
How do you manage the changes? For example, if you do something here and then developer implements it to the code and then you do some changes here, how do you manage the workflow to get just changes to the code?
Yeah, that is a tricky one still. And that is kind of, it depends also which tool do you use or choose. And if you take the code to the development environment, I don't know if you can help me with this. Like, if you make changes in Figma or Figma Make, I'm not actually yet sure that how that translates.
Yeah.
And that's like,
Because everyone is doing this vibe coding and
Yes.
it's so great and they put it on the production and they don't know what they are doing.
Yes.
And then they are making the changes and then
Yeah.
they should update something.
Yes.
But it comes also from designers to developers.
yes, yes. But that still requires the communication. And I think the more you use these tools, the more you need to also communicate that what things have been vibe code or vibe designed and what is actually like production ready thing.
But you started that designers and developers, they are not discussing. And now we have AI doing the discussing in between them.
No, it's
So-
not. It's not the discussing. It's the tools. Yeah. Did I say it?
Yeah,
But I'd like to order one of those if it's available.
Yeah.
To do the talking for me, but
Yes. Maybe an agent does that.
yeah.
But
One tool that can be used to handle such lifecycle management when you further develop websites is, for example, the builder.io. So it integrates with Figma and then uses Figma MCP. And well, it has a pretty decent since from builder.io you can pretty much get the code you want straight out from there to your editor. It integrates automatically with Cursor and then VS Code, and it offers some kind of, but of course, since it's generated by Gen AI, it is possible that if you make changes to an existing, let's say a Gutenberg block, it changes the entire code to be totally different. So there is that. So in most cases, I'd still say that continuous development is much more easier done with just Copilot, because it has access to the code base, it has the same coding styles and everything, so you can just maybe prompt it to do it and then just fix the styles.
Well, I think the answer is that, Agile implemented in the whole,
Value chain.
value chain, yeah. And then have correct tool for that and documentation. And what I'm after at the moment is to produce the documentation in a way and with the assistance of AI so that it, every part of the process supports themselves, the documentation produced when designing supports the next version and they go both ways. I don't know if you get what I mean,
Yes.
but these are the keys. Documentation is key because the more you document the stuff you are doing and the more documentation you have that you can lean on when working with multi-AI orchestration tools and etc. The better the results are, because if they do not know, if they are like humans.
Yeah, they will make it out themselves if they don't have the documentation. Yeah.
And if they don't have the specs that are detailed enough, then they go ahead,
Yes, and they will make it up themselves.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take one question from there still, and then we are going to need to wrap up.
Do you think that the designer work is in the future or now more focused on building the design systems and then prompting based on that? Now there's at least not so many companies are not having design system, at least
Yes.
not open, so
Yes,
maybe the
Well, yeah,
companies might prompt.
yeah, I think
Themselves.
like we as well build like kind of, we are talking about UI kits because some customers are scared of this bird design system. But we are doing the UI kits and yes, kind of building based on that. And when we have the libraries, then maybe like Figma Make or something, we can prompt the services. But that's not yet perfect as well. But everything we are trying, we are learning, and this is like, we are kind of in this journey. But thank you so much for your time. Thank you for participating. I hope you got some hands-on ideas and knowledge how the tools now work. I don't have answers to everything, but I hope that we can help bring more of the design and developer harmony together as well with these tools. But thank you so much and have a lovely rest of the day.